All right, everyone. It's another Friday and another episode of Q&A with Alan and Marshall. I'm Marshall Atkinson. How are you?
I'm Alan Howe with Easy Way. I'm doing great, Marshall.
So I think it's going to be a really fun show today, and had a really good week. All kinds of fun stuff happening, and I know you've been traveling around a little bit, so
yeah,
it'll be really good. So if you're watching, here's the rules of the show. Whether you're a newbie or somebody who's been watching forever, we need you to say hello. We want to know where you're watching from. Also, this is a Q&A show. It's right there in our title. So what we need you to do is throw in a comment, ask a question, all that kind of stuff, because we are here to help you. I can't promise you'll like our answers, but I know that we'll answer it, whatever it is, right?
Absolutely.
So, anyway, but you got to say hello, and I see people are filing in right now. And Josta, our number one Swedish connection, is here.
He is a super fan.
Yep, and Ruben's here from Oakland, Illinois. That's great. Thank you, Ruben, for watching. Appreciate you. So anyway, so let's get going. And so tell me, you've been doing something this week, Alan. What was going on in your world?
I was actually traveling. I was out seeing clients. I was gone for 4 days, Monday till last night. I got home about 9:30 last night on my first business trip in over 30 days from being sick. I was in the Chicago area. And it was just good to be back out, seeing clients, saw some great ones, learned a lot, worked with one of our dealers, worked with my boss, Alex Mimosa was there, and just had a good time.
Yeah.
So it was good being out. I can't say enough about Easy Way. Alex told me on this trip, he said, just, do what you can, don't overdo it. And I did great. I asked him how he did. He goes, every day you got stronger and stronger. Part of that's medicine. Part of that, I think, is just getting out and moving.
Right.
Man, I was tired at night. I crashed right away. But feeling good. So it was just great to be back out with people and in shops. So
I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Hey, so looking at the comments, we've got some people in here. So Richard's here from Wyandotte by the Detroit River. Adam from NGA's here. Charles is here. Adam. Sean's here. And so now that Sean and Adam are here, there's something that we should talk about.
I'm scared, though.
Why are you so scared, Alan?
Well, I got a box. It made noises.
Hold on. You mean a box that looks just like this one?
Like this one. And we were told not to open it, so I soaked mine in the bathtub for a few hours.
Mine's not ticking.
Mine stopped rattling, so whatever was live is drowned.
So Sean wanted us to open this. See, it's closed, not opened. Wanted us to open this on the show, and so it's the big reveal. It's like This is like a TV show. So I'm going to open it and try not to injure myself.
Do you remember the Geraldo Rivera, Al Capone's vault?
No, I don't pay attention to that boob.
This was like in the 80s and stuff. He had a big special about a vault in Chicago they found. They broke into it. Al Capone's didn't know what they were going to find. There was nothing in there.
Oh, my God. Hey, mine's open. Did you get a box of money? Because this is all $20 bills.
I only got singles. So.
All right. So what do we got here? We've got a dip trip. So this is for your ketchup for, I guess, if you're traveling, right? You can put your ketchup in there.
You got a phone grip
phone grip. What else do we get? Cool. I got a koozie with the buffalo plaid on it. I like that.
Ooh, the big one. Look at this.
Oh, look. Oh, I like this mug.
I do too. This is a cheap way for free promotion because he sees us with mugs from everybody else.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that.
How does the lid come off? There you go.
Yeah,
I bet this could hold some coffee.
exactly.
How does this look here? How does this compare to my normal one? That's pretty good. Relation size, I guess.
This is promo everything.
Yep. What else we got in here? We got a pen. That's awesome.
Koozie.
Oh, I got a football. Looks like it's glow in the dark.
My nephews will be having that one.
I got a little bag I can put stuff in.
Bunch of pens.
Right. What else? Man, this is just chock full of stuff.
Oh yeah, the dip trip for ketchups and condiments.
Yeah. I got a box.
Oh, the Insta Dash pen.
This is like Christmas.
It is.
I got another coffee mug.
I'm sorry, I soaked it in water now and was afraid.
With another koozie, another coffee mug. That's really cool looking. With, there you go, a business card with an ice scraper. You know, Sean, I really need this in Arizona. But maybe I'll be traveling soon. And some hand sanitizer. That's great.
There's a decal in there, and I don't know if we should show it.
And look, it's a oh cool, it's a cooler bag thing.
Yeah.
And there's a whoopee cushion. No, that's
it's not a whoopee cushion.
All right, cool. And look, what is this? Oh, it's a mechanical pencil or pen.
Yeah. Did you get a? Did you see the decal in yours?
Is that the bottom?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, look at this, more stuff.
There you go. A kind of a interesting
Exactly.
take on 2020.
Does that mean dry hump 2020? Is that what we're doing?
Huh? Yeah, that's interesting commentary there. Hey, thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. That's really awesome of you to send that in.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate you putting 25% more stuff in my box than Alan. Thank you.
Exactly. My boss and I were talking on our trip about coffee cups, and he goes, "Do you have a favorite one?" I said, "I have a bunch of them. I go on a thing where I like coffee cups. I'll be at a coffee shop. I'll just buy one, or I'll get them from a client and stuff. And I have them. I have a coffee tree that I use like 6 of them normally. Right. I have a bunch of them. So, yeah, thank you so much. I'm all about coffee cups, especially nice ones like this. This is my favorite right now.
Yeah, it's great. So thank you again. I appreciate that.
Look, this is printed on both sides too. Mm-hmm. A lot of them are always on one. That's like, that's.
I like the wood handle. It's cool.
I do too. Man, this is talking about.
So, Sean, put the SKU number of that in. If anybody wants to use that for their clients, where do you get that? So they can sell it. So, all right. So Keith is here.
Thank you again, everyone.
That's the thing moves when I was clicking on something. Keith is here, and then Adam says, "Wise move."
I think that was.
Edgar says, "Is it my connection or is the sound choppy?" I don't know. It sounds good on my end.
Mine too.
So somebody else watching. Is the sound choppy on your end, or is it only for David there?
I want to say hey to Dave. I was in a shop and ran into Dave at a shop this week, so it was good seeing David.
That means throw 2020 away, right?
Oh, it doesn't mean dry hump it. Okay, good. Thank you.
Can only hear every other word.
I think it's on your end.
Yeah. And then Sean says both welcome. Great. Well, hey, thank you so much. Appreciate you. And I think you watch just about everything that I produce. So
yeah.
Thanks for following me around. It's really great.
And when Sean found out I was sick, I got some texts. We talked. It was great. So thank you.
And then sound was smooth. Richard says, Charles says, sounds good here. So, and then Keisa says, sound is good here. So David, I think it's you, pal.
Dave, sometimes log out and log back in.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Okay. So you want to get to some topics?
Let's do it.
All right. So do you remember what our first one is?
Transfers are working.
Transfers are killing it.
Killing it.
This is your words you spoke to me this morning about.
They are.
So why are you saying this, Alan?
Well, I can only go off of what I've heard, what I've learned, what I've seen. And through this whole pandemic, one industry seemed to have not been affected or minimally affected, and that is the transfer houses. You know, whether it's Art Brands, F&M, you know, Howard Transfer. Yeah, they seem to be going. I was in a transfer house this week, and they're just busy. And they're saying this one specializes in 1 and 2 color, and they said we are getting multicolor ones, 3, 4, 5 color transfer jobs now, and they're just killing it.
So you were there. I want you to explain to folks how a transfer house, all they do is transfers.
Yeah.
You know, they use the Sakurai press. Explain what that is so they know, because they're not doing it traditional, what you might think. It's a little different. So explain that a little bit.
Well, most transfer houses are, you know, you guys have all seen a transfer and it's small and stuff. A lot of these are printed multiple up on big sheets of transfer paper, and they're printed at high speed. So they're with what's called a Sakurai cylinder press, a lot of them. And the cylinder is actually staying the same, is moving, but your squeegee and everything is moving in unison with it. So if this is the cylinder, it's moving, it's grabbing the paper and bringing it across under the screen and letting it go. And it's like a jillion times an hour. And it's with plastisol inks. You know, you have to gel the inks, not cure them. And it's done in reverse. A lot of times there's what's called a litho white back on them. And these transfer houses are all amazing because they can do inks that puff, glitter, everything like that. And it's done at very high speeds. Now, the one I was in also does a lot of short run stuff. They do it on flatbed presses with vacuum frames and some manual, because they'll do short run and they'll have it out in a few days. Right. But the key to transfers, especially in these places, is 1, they work. 2, they're usually quick. They have a lot of stock designs, but they can also send in your own artwork and do a lot of custom. And they are just doing that. You know, it still goes to the unit of 1. And they are just busy.
And I'll tell you, over the years, I've used a gazillion transfers. And what's really great about using transfers is you've got a logo of whatever, right? It doesn't matter what it is, or even the size. And you can cut it up and put it in an envelope. And these are really great for online stores or company stores or whatever, because you just heat press that one shirt or those 10 shirts or whatever. You don't have to set anything up. And you know, time and temperature, 30 seconds or whatever, you know, and then you got that order done in about, you know, 3 minutes, and it's shipping, right? And so this is really good for that type of stuff. And I would highly recommend folks look into it. And what's really fun about this is that, you know, you can stock key colors, you know, black, white, gray. You can stock that polo, or, you know, we did a whole bunch of stuff for State Farm, and what was the other one we did a lot of? Citibank. And we were using like a really high end, like 3/4 zip, athletic, dry fit type warm up jacket shirt thing. I don't know what the actual name is. I can't. But we did them with transfers, and it's because you know, you could just order the stock in, and if they wanted to add the agent's name or something, whatever, to it, you know, we could do something to that. But most of the stuff was just one-off stuff, and we would be shipping, you know, 10 today and 20 today, tomorrow, and whatever. And these were always going out. And we did it because I work for a contract decorator. We did these. We just handled the fulfillment for that online store for that promo distributor. It was really easy to do, really easy to manage. You know, we did everything. We were using Shopworks just with a spreadsheet that you could upload. Here's the shipping for this run of 10 or 5 or whatever it is. And we would just go and ship, right? Piece of cake. And transfers are really great for that kind of stuff. There's a lot of special effects you can do. It's not just so much regular ink, but you can do puff, you can do glitter, you can do all kinds of metallics, whatever, right? You can do all kinds of cool stuff.
I've seen photorealism simulated process done in transfer. I've seen incredible animated art done. And, if you can do transfers well, one of the problems, there were a lot of shops that, how do I do transfers? Is one, they're not set up for it. Can you do it?
You mean print the transfers?
Printing them themselves.
Yeah.
A lot of times they forget that it's in reverse.
Yep.
So your first color on the shirt has to be printed last. If it's going on dark, you're going to want to back it in white. And then they're just not set up. Can you do it on a regular manual? Sure. But if you're going to do it right, you need a vacuum platen, and preferably an acrylic one with a vacuum on it, a good one. And a lot of people put a light underneath them because you want to be re-registering it for multicolors. You want to make sure, and you want to test. If you're going to start this, you want to test and test and test and get your process down. Because if you over cure a transfer, you're just gelling the ink layers. And if you over cure it, it will not transfer off the paper or will not adhere to your garment.
Right.
And you don't need that. So these transfer houses are masters. They have it down, and it's all about print it well, print it fast.
Yeah, and if you don't want to mess around with making your own transfers or learn how to do that or whatever, that's totally cool.
Absolutely.
There's great companies out there that do that. And then you just order the transfers in. And what's really good about that is that you know what your cost is, because it's going to be whatever, depending on whatever you're ordering, and you know what that is in advance. And so it's real easy to do pricing for a program, because you know what the expectation is, because it's always going to be the same.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's really not a lot of variables to it.
Especially if you're going off-site, you have a separate satellite store, in a mall or a kiosk. They're great. And there's a lot of good, like you said, we don't want to name drop, but Howard Transfers is incredible. Art Brands does well. Stahl's Transfer Express, they started on numbers.
Stahl's is great. I've used Stahl's. I've used F&M.
There's a bunch of them. Wild Side West was one.
Right.
But yeah. And if you ever need help on a transfer, a place to go, contact Marshall and I.
Yep. So we got some great comments here. Kisa says that she loves transfers and that she's killing it in her trailer with transfers.
Kisa, Kisa, do you print your own transfers or do you buy them from someone?
Yeah, please let us know.
Yeah.
And Carlos says, totally agree. Hey. So
Carlos is my buddy. He's at Sharp Prints in Chicago. We were supposed to hook up, and he had a family emergency come up, or weren't, we're unable to. But yeah, we see each other all the time and talk, so it's not a big deal. But
okay, cool. So, hey, we got a surprise.
All right,
a surprise guest. Who do you think it could be, Alan?
It's not Jack.
Who's the surprise guest?
You know what? Because today is a special day.
What is today?
Today starts Shirt Lab Forge.
Shirt Lab Forge. So who do you think we're going to have on?
Tom Rowan. Let's bring him on.
Bam.
Boom. Got to do the Tom wave. So,
what's going on, Mr. Rowan?
How's it going? I got an amazing gift today from someone. I don't know if I should say who it is, but you got to check this out.
What is it? It's a bottle of rum? Man, I don't get anybody sending me liquor.
We got all kinds of stuff, though.
We got a lot of promo products in the mail today, but no liquor.
No.
So let me tell you, if you guys out there want to send me some booze, I welcome that.
Yeah, so I definitely know what I'm going to be doing this weekend.
Yeah, you're boozing it up?
Yeah, I might try a little bit. We make a little rum punch, pretend I'm on a beach or something.
Yeah. How is that aged rum?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Well, the rum I drink is at a minimum 18 years old, right? But the rum I drink has to be old enough to vote, or I'm not drinking it.
It looks good.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. I love getting stuff like that. Sean says, "No, you tell me." That's okay. Hey, we're not diminishing your gift, Sean. I'm just
not at all.
Yeah. All right. So, and by the way, Charles says, "Congrats on your run, Tom. You're bananas."
Thank you. So not running this weekend, gonna enjoy the rum instead. I'm rumming instead of running.
Rumming?
Awesome.
So we want a picture of you laying around with a big thing with the umbrella, in the drink, right? A little chunk of pineapple on the other edge, right? That's what we should see, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
And a virtual backdrop of a beach and palm trees.
Right. So let's get back to business here instead of dreamland. So, Tom, what is going on today out there that we've been working on for 2.5 months?
Shirt Lab Forge is what's going on, and you can still sign up. It's been all about online e-commerce, sales, marketing, learning from some of the experts who have grown their businesses to 8-9 figures, like ridiculously amazing talent that we've got for this event, and so many good gold nuggets that literally, as I was watching presentations, I'm taking notes, and I'm like, my brain is on fire trying to figure out how I'm going to implement this stuff fast enough. So everything from SEO, customer journey, how to implement different things along the journey, and follow-up email sequence, and adding little extra stuff in your delivery of the products to over-deliver. Just setting up a website, how to optimize a website, how to get the most out of it, how to increase your online presence through social media and different things like that. And then, like, if that's not enough, the king of sales, Jeffrey Gitomer, is doing a live keynote presentation Saturday morning, and that's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So Marshall, you can chime in here too. The pre-calls that we had with Jeffrey, I'm taking notes. I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah,
the pre-call content was
crazy.
so good. We recorded it, and we're probably going to release that like as a bonus or something, because
this is just talking with Jeffrey. This is my index card of scribbled notes of stuff that I need to remember.
It was so good. So he said there's 3 people that are going to come out of this pandemic: winners, watchers, and whiners. I've been seeing a lot of watchers just sitting on the sidelines. I've been seeing a lot of people whining, and I've been seeing some people winning and just crushing it right now. It's fun to watch the people that are winning. It's fun being aboard and being part of those, because we're just not going to have part. He's going to show you, if you're not winning right now, if you're just sitting back and watching, how to win, the exact scripts to use if you don't know what to say to your customer, your previous customers or prospects, because right now there's a lot of different messages, a lot of different things going on. You could call Joe's Lawn Care Company, and you don't know if Joe doesn't care about wearing masks, if he's super conservative and wants to wear a mask because he's got a spouse or someone who has pre-existing conditions and stuff like that. And you don't know if Joe's dad or aunt or uncle was hospitalized and passed away from COVID. So it's a different message, and you've got to make sure you're conveying the right message to your customer base, to your prospects. And Jeffrey's going to help with getting the exact scripts to make sure you nail it and you don't stick your foot in your mouth and basically look like an idiot or set yourself or your business up for disaster.
Right. So we got some social proof here. So Charles says, I started watching my first class, but had to take a break to come to Q&A. Thank you, Marshall and Tom, for the great work. I'm excited to go through all the content. There are a lot of presenters. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate you. And Charles is a member of our Shirt Lab tribe, and all of our tribe members got Shirt Lab Forge for free. So it's just being part of our group because they're so badass and awesome. We want them to learn. So we're including that in there. We've had a lot of sales for Shirt Lab Forge. Not everybody is going to be in tribe. You know, we had some folks in the promo world who really don't need to know how to print a better white ink, you know, so they just joined, they just did the Shirt Lab Forge only route, and that's totally okay, right? But our tribe members, you know, get that stuff for free. So we want to kind of acknowledge that. Cindy says, good morning. Good morning, Cindy. So anyway, so I
gotta disagree with you though, Marshall. Everybody needs to know how to print a better white ink.
Yeah. Well, it here's to me, if you're selling apparel, right? Maybe you're a promo distributor and you're selling apparel. I think knowing how everything is supposed to work makes you a better buyer, because if you know that everything is really more about screen tension and your EOM on your screen, when you're talking to your screen printer, you know, and they're bitching about their white ink, you can go, you're an idiot. I know all this other stuff because I've educated myself. You know more than your printer. That's going to make you a better buyer, right? So
I think as a buyer too, sometimes they just assume, well, that's how it's supposed to look. I can't get a real good print, and they don't know they're getting bad product.
Right. Not to mention the networking in our group is just phenomenal anyway, right? Yeah. So
and for everybody who doesn't know, the reason I said that is I did the Printing Better White seminar for Tribe. So
yeah, I should have called you out.
That's all right.
It was great.
So there was a little joke on that.
Yeah. So Tom, people hanging out today. Right now, we're doing a special thing this afternoon. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, we got a another live Q&A call. As people are diving in to the presentations and stuff like that, if there's follow-up questions that they have, anything else that they're stuck in their business right now, as we jump into the fourth quarter, we're here to help. We want to see the industry grow. We want to see your business grow, and keep doing better and come out of this pandemic as a winner and just stronger than ever. So we're doing the let's see what time.
It's at 4 o'clock Eastern. So wherever you are, whatever your time zone you're in, just subtract the hours. And so it's there's a link I posted in our tribe group, and if you bought, I sent you you got an email or something. But anyway, it's going to be lots of fun. All of everybody who's involved in Forge has been invited. We can't predict who's going to show up, and but all the speakers, everybody that's actually participating, the sponsors, everybody's been invited, and it's going to be a giant Zoom chat room extravaganza. And so I think it's going to be lots of fun. And of course, we're going to record it, right? So if you missed it, you can watch it later. We do a lot of recording things, and so it's going to be tons of fun. So what was your favorite presentation, Tom?
Oh gosh, that is really my favorite.
It was mine, wasn't it?
Jeez, Marshall, come on, you gotta do it to me.
Come on, don't be ridiculous.
I've heard your presentation in sound bites on phone calls, basically combined over the last 3 months.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite one, and I didn't get to all of them yet. But my man Dave Lindenbaum with DIY gift kits.
Yeah, his was really good.
He crushes it on Amazon, and so the cool thing is, like, it doesn't even matter if you sell on Amazon or not, because the value he delivered was like the overall customer experience and how to over deliver on that, and what does that look like with your packaging, your follow-up sequences, and just like everything with that. So we can apply that to doing our web stores and just doing regular orders and just like every part of that thing. So Dave just brings a ton of great energy and just lots of little things that when you start implementing like these little bitty nuggets in your business, they stack up and start compounding and create just tremendous results. So Dave had some great things. Kevin Oakley, I mean, they're just crushing it with the
I liked Eric Campbell's a lot.
Mhm.
And Eric, who helps out with Two Regular Guys, and sometimes he's on here. If you don't know who that is, he does a lot of stuff in the embroidery world, and he's got a fantastic show called The Take Up, which is on Friday as well. You should always watch that.
Yep.
And so he did a whole thing on doing your website, right? And let me tell you, Eric was talking so fast. I think if you did a word per minute meter on that guy, I think he talked more than anybody in any presentation we had, just because he wanted to get all this information out of his head and into you, right? And it was phenomenal. I love Jay Basel's on driving traffic. That was really kind of a unique spin on it. I love Jessica Gibbons-Rausch's thing on using analytics and kind of understanding the back end of managing an inventory control program, which is something you don't really hear a lot about. So anyway, there's just a lot of fantastic stuff. So if you haven't signed up yet, shirtlabforge.com, please do so. Any last minute word on that, Tom? Because we want to get to some other topics today.
Yeah, just go to shirtlabforge.com, get signed up. If you are busy and swamped today and you don't have time today, you've got plans tomorrow, everything else, and you just can't make it happen today, that's no big deal. Guess what? Everything is recorded and in a membership area, so you can register, you can get access to that membership area, and then it's kind of like Amazon Prime or Netflix. Just watch it whenever you want, whenever you get a chance to. So don't feel like just because like today's the launch of the event and stuff like that, and we got the live presentation tomorrow, it's all recorded. We've got the show notes, MP3 files, which you can download the MP3s, listen to them in the car, when you're running, on your way to work, like whatever, while you're on the press. So we've got a lot of options out there, and it's basically watch it on demand as you need it. So if you're tied up today, don't worry about it. Just go on, get registered, and you've got access for life.
Yeah, we try not to do too many live things because we recognize, especially in this industry, everybody's busy running their shop, right? So whatever you're doing today, you don't have to stop. You can just binge watch on the couch with an iPad later, and that's totally cool.
I think that's the best part of ShirtLab Forge. Everything you guys have done is the ability, like you said, Tom, it is Netflix for garment decorators. That you can't get better than that, except with rum, like Tom has for that. But you know what? I think of stuff on operations and sales. This could be used over and over in training of your people too.
Yeah.
So much value there. And how many times have we listened to a podcast, a presentation, talk to somebody and listen to it again and go, how did I miss that?
Yeah.
And yeah, so great job, guys.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Are you going to hang out or are you leaving?
I'm out of here. I got
right.
Lunch coming.
All right. Thanks, Tom. See you, buddy.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
All
right. That's totally
such
cool.
a great thing. Talk about people that are crushing it. Tom's crushing it. He has not stopped. He has not stopped. Pandemic, he just went fit and just kept moving.
Right.
And it wasn't easy. It's not, it still isn't. But yeah, you got to keep moving.
His presentation, by the way, is on what he's doing for his business with his website. And he's investing over $100,000 in his website. And he talks about the moves he's making. He's showing all the spreadsheets and the stuff he's doing with the developer he's using out of Chicago. So not saying that you have to spend that amount of money. That's not what he's advocating. He's showing you the thinking that's going behind the scenes on what they're doing and what the people that he hired is doing to really kind of understand. So if you want to redo your website, go through his process and rethink your thing, and then you can talk to your web developer about all these nuggets, right? And I just think it's so brilliant. Anyway,
didn't you talk to him on Forward Progress yesterday?
I did. It
was about that.
It was a fantastic episode, and if you haven't seen it, you can check it out on my YouTube page, which is just YouTube/Marshall Atkinson. Check it out. And
for people that don't know, I mean, you could see the excitement in Tom and Marshall on Jeffrey Gitomer. The guy literally is the sales king.
Yeah, hold on. I got his book right here. And I bought this.
How many of them? The little black book is selling. The little red book.
This book.
Yep.
I don't know how long ago. Years ago.
Oh.
Right? And it's such a fantastic. When did this come out?
Oh man, a while.
Well, the 9th printing was in 2005.
I don't have that one near me.
Copyright 2005. This has been out a long time ago. And there you go. Yours is black.
This is Little Black Book of Connections.
Oh, I don't have that one. I'm not connected enough to have that one. I've got the red. I've got the red one. I also have his other one called Get Shit Done. Right.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Anyway, so
you brought mine. I could see that on the shelf, so I grabbed that one right away. So.
He's a New York Times best-selling author. Right. He's also going to be our keynote speaker for our Shirt Lab Dallas.
Yep.
And he's an expensive guy. We'll just leave it at that. And he gave us a deal to do the Forge event. And so we're very excited about it. And he's just hilarious. And he's got lots of T-shirt stories. He was a T-shirt printer. He sold millions of dollars worth of T-shirts. He's not like some guru dude that doesn't know our industry. His business partner was Richard Greaves, right? So
doesn't get any better than that.
So anyway, so let's get back to reality and talking about our topics here. So you ready for the next one?
Talking about transfers who are killing it. So what's working?
What's working?
So Tom touched on
it. A big tour, and so I kind of want to talk about what you're seeing and what I'm.
So especially this week when I was out, I saw shops from one automatic all the way up to guys with 10. So, and now my microphone's being stupid.
I can hear you.
Okay. It seemed to be cutting out. I'm getting feedback.
Oh.
No, I'm not. Okay, good. So.
That damn tech.
Yeah, man. Tech gremlins. They never leave us. So here's what I've seen. And Tom touched on it. There are people who are crushing it out there. That's Tom's word, crush. That's him.
Yeah.
They are killing it. There are some that have that are winning because they kept moving. They had to change. They had to, I hate this word, but they have pivoted. They have adapted. And then there are those who are just watching, and they're just in the basement, in the spider hole, and they have the blanket over their eyes going, make it go away. I'll come out when the lights are on. And they are going to die.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to be gone. If that's you, I hate it. We'll miss you, but you will be gone. If that's you, shut your business down now. Do something else.
Well, you have to, in the quote that I've been using for a couple months now is Wayne Gretzky's quote, which is, good hockey players skate where the puck is. Great hockey players skate where the puck is going to be. Yep. Right. So if we're looking right now, we're practically October's over. Halloween's around the corner, right? It's going to be, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. November is going to be all online, all digital. You should have your plan in place, stuff already scheduled on your social media. You should have had all that planned a couple weeks ago. If you haven't, that's okay. Do it now. Do it this week. Mm-hmm. But what's around the corner is January, right? That's around the corner. What are you like? Are you even thinking about that? And we've been talking about this for a little bit, but what we need to be thinking about is where the industry's going. What do we need to be doing? What's happening? I've on my whiteboard is I don't know, 3 feet of scribbles about 2021 with me trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing, right? And I think what's really interesting here is we need to be thinking about this. We need to be planning about it right now of what we're doing, how we're going to adapt. Can you collaborate with somebody? Can you release a new product? Can you do a new bundle? Can you event a new web page? You know, yesterday on the Forward Progress show, Tom, who we just had on 2 seconds ago, he did an experiment just to sell embroidered hats on Etsy. And in like the first couple hours of the day or whatever, he sold 24 hats, all at retail price, right? He just wanted to see if it would work, right? I mean, and Matt, like, have you done things like that, right? To adapt your business and just try something new and they're like, I don't know if it'll work, but what the hell, let's try it.
One of the shops I was in, not really a contract printer, but
right.
You know, I was there in early August and they were slow. They still had PPP money and stuff.
Can I show you something cool?
Do it.
My son just brought me a Chick-fil-A biscuit.
Man, we are gifts all over the place. So
it's still hot. I can't wait. How much longer? I have to wait 20 minutes to eat it.
20 minutes. So this customer, you know, they do a lot of events, a lot of runs and things like that. They have quite a few autos. And they said they had to adapt. And instead of, you know, running events and they're printing the shirts and they're sending the shirts to the running events, to quote them, they said, we never thought we would be this close to USPS, you know, have that big of a relationship. Yeah. They had to adapt because everything now is going right to the runner, to their house, everything like that. So they are now bagging, tagging, and sending individuals what we talk about all the time in units of one. And you know what? Was that in their big business plan? No. Was that in their thing? No. But they adapted, and you have to adapt. And they said they're still about 18% down from last year, but in today's market, okay, cool. And they said things come back, wonderful. He brought up stuff too, because I was in a different state. A lot of the school sports have been moved to spring. Well, you know what? If they're moved to spring, are you working with these schools now for spring sports?
Do you have the online store? Do you have the designs ready? Do you have everything ready to go? Right? You're not waiting for the spring, right?
Yeah.
That would be getting everything built. And here's somebody I want to point out who is always watching this show, who's a member of Shirt Lab Tribe, who I think needs some recognition, and that's Keith Larson with the Block in Texas, right? And what she does, they bought a trailer, and they're going to they're doing Little League baseball and stuff, and she has the whole little concession stand apparel trailer that she's bringing out to the games at the field, right? And she is going to the customers. She's not waiting on customers to come to her. Right. She's going to the customers.
Yep.
This is exactly what I'm talking about here, where you're changing your business to make it work.
Yep.
Right? And, you know, it's a risk, right? Everything in business.
And an investment.
But she's one of my coaching clients, and we wrote a little business plan for it, and we kind of talked about what to do. And she's been working on this for months, right? And Absolutely. Let me tell you, I think it's really paying off. And so congratulations, Kisa. I'm really proud of you. So
nice job, Kisa.
I don't know if you're still watching, but
exactly
there you go. But this is a perfect example of what we need to be doing is we need to be changing things and making things happen and not sitting back like a spider in the web waiting for customers to land like flies.
Yep.
That old way, the phone's going to ring.
Yep.
You know, phone isn't ringing, folks. You got to go out there and do it.
There are people they are going to be investing in new equipment. They are ramping up. They know they're going to keep their business going and growing it come hell or high water. And they are making the plans. Again, if you're not moving, you know, you're just watching. And I do hear people whining too, which I hate it. You know, there's no whining.
What's the Teddy Roosevelt quote? Whining, complaining about something without providing an answer to or solution is called whining. I'm butchering
I love
it up.
it.
That's the quote. Right?
But yeah, great. We get it. And you're right. I don't want to hear the problem. I don't want to hear whining. The economy's the schools are closed.
Well, who's a different
customer? Get out there, and there's a ton of stuff. I'm talking to people going, one of my accounts up in Saginaw, Michigan, this pandemic, they started working more and more on corporate. Well, now it's paying off. They said corporate is killing it. I have heard from 3 different printers. Our corporate has just all of a sudden
work from home boxes.
Absolutely.
They need to instill company culture. They're no longer in the office. They want to say, we love you. Thank you for working for us. So the box that I just got from Sean, right? Just got it. Can you imagine if that corporation made a box like that just says, hey, we love you, and it's full of branded stuff for that employee
to help them be more successful.
Or here's the other thing: all these kids, like my son, who just brought me Chick-fil-A, right? How come his school's not doing a school from home shirt? We love you, or something fun, right? I don't know why they don't do that, but it's like, if you want that engagement, if you want that thing, if you want people to make them feel special, that's what you do, right? We can control that. We can bring these ideas to these folks, right? How many times people do virtual 5Ks? Tom was telling me that the Boston Marathon is doing a virtual Boston Marathon this year. You can run the Boston Marathon from El Paso, Texas, if that's where you live. Sign up. Get the Boston Marathon shirt.
Dude, Tom Round wins the Boston Marathon from Dubuque, Iowa. How cool would that be?
Yeah. So Sean says, I forgot to add a shirt.
We'll have to send you privately sizes.
Yeah. So the interesting thing is, if you send me a shirt, it's going to get critiqued.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I could use it in a seminar, whether it's using a good
here somewhere.
I actually had a client give me a shirt. I said, yeah, I'll take it. And then we're talking about stuff on print process. And he goes, can I ask you a question? Will you be honest with me? I said, sure. He goes, are you going to use my shirt in a seminar? I go, do you want me to? He goes, are you going to use it in a bad way? I go, should I? And he goes, can I have it back? I go, and I handed it back. Because, yeah, it was. Don't do this. And that's what was going to happen.
Hey, but we're not saying, Sean, that you can't do a good job. That's not what you're saying.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That we would never do that to you, Sean. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
But I wear shirts all the time from people. ATS in Bay City gave me one. Man, it fits great. It's soft. I love it. I wear it all the time.
Yeah.
American flag, ATS, and all that. So yeah.
What is your favorite shirt blank?
You know what? I love the All Made shirt, but
those All Made shirts aren't built for guys like me and you.
They are not. I do not. I cannot wear skinny jeans.
Sorry, Ryan.
Yeah. I love soft ones like that. The one I got from ATS is an American Apparel one. It's super soft. I like Districts.
American Apparel is cut thin too, cut small.
Yeah, this is a bigger one. So I had to go one size up. Bill Coppins, the production manager, is a healthy guy like you and I.
A healthy guy. Is that the term?
Well, and plus he's like us. He's over 6'2". And he says, yeah, I have to go one size up. And he told me because he wears size, and so that helped when you know someone. But that's been my favorite go-to shirt. I have 2 Detroit Tiger shirts that I bought, and they had to be in 2008, and I wear them all the time. One is getting ratty. One looks perfect. I love.
Did you get a cup of coffee with that shirt?
Did what?
You get a cup of coffee with a Detroit Tiger shirt, right?
I actually bought it when they were winning.
Oh.
So
when was that?
I actually bought it in like 2006 after the World Series. So Adam McCauley, who just came on, I have a couple shirts. I'm still a guy that if you're doing a fundraiser for a city and stuff, Adam did one called Saginaw Awesome, I think it was, for Saginaw, and I donated and got a couple shirts from there. I wear them all the time still.
Right.
So those are kind of my favorite go-tos. The sad part is you would think, Marshall, we would have 1,000 shirts to wear. I have very few.
I have 1,000 shirts.
Yeah, but I do. I have a bunch, but they're all on hangers in my walk-in closet because they're my seminar shirts.
Oh, I see.
You know, I'm not going to wear the Andy Anderson, Garth Brooks shirt or Keith Urban. I'm not going to wear the ones from Lon Winters. Those are my seminar ones.
Right.
So I want to, but I don't.
Right.
I have a jacket that Anthony Sharples sent to me with Lake Erie Apparel on it, and I wear that. It's just the left chest on it.
Does it have a fish on it?
It doesn't have a fish. It just has his logo and stuff. Brett Bowden sent me a hoodie from Printed Threads that I wear.
Right.
One. And so, yeah, I do dig stuff like that, and especially if it fits.
Yeah, right. So my favorite blank is that Snow Heather line that Jerseys has, and we did those for Shirt Lab in Portland, and it is like I we had some extras, so I grabbed them. So
and my favorite shirt, like my shirts here, and I'll say Adam McCauley from Sandlot Sports does the embroidery for me. He's done it for the last two companies I'm with. They have the logo. I purchased the shirts, some from him, some of my own, and he's real good about what I like. I love Buck polo shirt. I like high-end dry fit polo shirts for work. So
this is a Nike Shirt Lab. This is a Nike.
Yeah.
And I like Nike because I like his term medium husky, right? So I'm a
medium husky.
I'm a double X, right? And I like shirts that are actually like the right size, right?
So medium husky means Sandlot Sports used to do all of our embroidery, all my embroidery and stuff, but no. But yeah, so I like Cutter and Buck, especially for a business one. They last well. That's just me.
Yeah. Sydney says, I really like that Snow Heather jerseys. I had the sweat top. Yeah. But I think, Cindy, if I'm not mistaken, you ordered samples when I had Janine Edwards on my Forward Progress show, and we were talking about that, if I remember correctly. And then Sean says, we sell a ton of Color and Buck great apparel.
Good if you want to send us a shirt. So good. Yeah.
And so next up is what's not working.
You know what? What's not working, what I've seen out there is exactly the opposite of what's working. If you are not doing anything, if you are whining, if you're not making a move. And Marshall, you and I were talking before the show, and I was actually online. Some of you know I have friends over in the Philippines, and there's one, I'm Uncle Alan over there to him. Some friends of mine named after me. I'm talking to him. He's 13 years old. He lets me know he has his own YouTube channel. I'm looking it out. This kid is in the Philippines. They don't have a lot of money, and he is making his own YouTube videos on gaming. He's got subscribers. And I'm sitting here going, Marshall's going to get on me going, how's that podcast coming, Alan? What are we waiting
to say that?
You thought it, though, and I knew it. What? So what are we doing?
Hold on. How is it coming?
It's not. I have it up on my whiteboard up in the corner, but I haven't done anything from there.
Yeah, we should compare whiteboards.
No, we did that once. So Marshall's is full. I have a big 6-foot one, so Marshall's a planner out and will erase.
Mine is 8 feet long. I don't think there's a square inch on it that doesn't. And I'm always erasing and adding too. So it's
mine is a to-do list, and I put it up there. And Marshall left. He goes, "You wrote so small in one corner." So yeah, it's just different. But you know what? I thought about that going, what are we doing? No waiting. If you are waiting, if you are whining, if you are complaining without action and not changing and adapting, we are going to miss you because you will be gone.
Can I tell you the email I get at least 3 times a week?
Go ahead.
Hey, I'm looking for a production manager. I'm looking for a press operator. I'm looking for an embroidery guy. Who do you know? Right?
I know a bunch of them.
I can tell you right now, I hook people up with Carol Brennan, who is a headhunter. And but most of the time, my answer is these people are working for you right now, or they're in your area, and you need to train them. You need to grow your own finding these folks right now is like as a unicorn. You're just not going to find them unless you're willing to pay 20 or 30% over what your market's paying now, and then you can maybe get somebody to jump ship, right?
Yep.
And then, of course, unless your culture's awesome, as soon as somebody pays them more, they're going to leave you, right? So it's like, so you got to really kind of think about that. And I would suggest people, if you need people that work for you right now, what's not working is the hiring process where we can't find somebody. And you need to just get somebody that's got a really fantastic attitude and start training them. And because if you're looking for somebody right now, I think you're going to be 6 to 8 weeks of whatever of an ad out there. You could probably have somebody basically trained in that amount of time, right? So just, it's a tough thing right now. And I think employees know that they could work anywhere right now, and they've got a little leverage on their side. And it's hard for us to find replacement folks that are worth a crap, right? So you're going to have to probably do something and train people.
And some areas don't have as much.
See,
people
North Georgia Promotions is willing to talk to a brilliant press operator.
Yep.
Sean, that
I was talking.
Press operator is not watching the show. So.
Yeah.
But
I was a production guy that I know. He was at a big shop. They've shut down. He was at a smaller one. He actually texted me and said, "Hey, here's where I'm at." And he went to the owner and said, "Hey, Alan Howe, Alex Mimosa from Easyway's in town. Do you want to have him come in?" Yeah. Well, he was at one of my seminars. I didn't know that.
Right.
So we were there. I didn't know it was this guy's first day. That's ballsy. Hi, I just started. By the way, I'm bringing my own reps in. I was, but
great.
It was. That. But you know what? Him and I were talking. He's in that Chicagoland area, and he spent time up in Michigan and out and stuff. And we were talking at night, and I said, "Look, you ever want to move? I will put you in touch. You want to go to Iowa? Tom Rowan is it."
If you want to go to Alpharetta, Georgia, Sean is hired.
Yeah. Now, here's the other thing. He plays in bands, so sometimes they tour, and you got to be flexible with that. But he also knows that. But he's also a major guy in a small shop. He could just do all your stuff. So he's on this press. He's learning. It was a Workhorse Sabre. He always ran M&Rs. I'm there pulling shirts with him. We're at 160 an hour. It's like, all right, let's go. And not hard. So the guy just knows it. So, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, great. Where are we on time? Oh, we're almost out of time.
Yeah, so that's it. What's not working? Doing nothing.
What was our last thing? Oh, Sherlab Forge. So we've covered all our things, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool.
So that's the thing, doing nothing. I have multiple clients that have invested in equipment and auto reclaim. I have, some that have bought new presses. They are moving forward. Are we afraid of the dark? What's, next month? Sure. But you know what? You can't let it stop. Keep moving.
Right. And I would also add, if you're looking at hiring people, you're looking at buying equipment, one thing I really want to strongly suggest is that you look at your existing processes. Yep. What's not working? I guarantee you, if you take a hard look at stuff, you probably have a process that you built a year ago or 2 years ago, whatever, and you've got 6 shortcuts now.
Yep.
And that thing probably isn't working the way it should be. And because things happen and whatever, and you get off track, and we set this up forever ago, and this is how we do receiving, or this is how we do our reclaim, or we wanted to manage how we put tape on our screens or whatever. There's something that you installed to solve some problem. And I bet if you went and looked, you're not doing that right now.
Yep.
Right. And so the big question is why? Why did you get away from doing what you wanted to do to solve that problem? And so I would take a minute, just kind of look at that. And, I talk to people all the time, and we talk about their challenges and their problems. And let me tell you, one of the really common things I hear is, Well, yeah, we did something like 2 years ago for that, and I don't know why we don't do that now. I probably hear that once a week. Have you heard that before, Alan?
Yeah, and you know what my sarcastic answer in my head is? Why don't you know why you haven't done that 2 years later? Have you reached out to these people? Have you followed up on the first order? Why do you not know?
Well, to be in all honesty, they get slammed with whatever. Right? It's a distraction thing, right?
It's
really just about making sure that the standards that you set stick.
Sure.
More than anything, right? And so that's the challenge, is the fact that we reinvent something to solve some problem, and it's awesome for 6 weeks, you know. And so 2 years later, are you still doing it that way? You know, and that's the big thing. And that could be about anything, you know, how you're mixing ink, or how you're burning a screen, or how you're automatically sending a tracking number to a client, or whatever, right? And is it still working? I'm just as guilty as everybody else. I mean, we have processes that I've built, or Tom and I do for Shirt Lab, and they don't always work. And you know, the link gets unsynced. Like we just had this happen with our Shirt Lab Summit thing that we did in June. So you have lifetime access to the videos, and somehow the Dropbox thingamajig where all the videos are got unsynced with the deal. And I mean, I don't know, right? So someone had to report the problem for me to figure it out, right? And it was got to put the detective hat on, right? I don't know what happened with that, but it got unhinged or whatever. I mean, maybe we're in there screwing around with the videos and we unchecked something. Who knows, right? But we had to figure that part out. This is what I'm talking about, is what's not working could be some sort of process that you set up, and then now it's not working the way it should. And so you got to go back in and figure that part out. Right.
I was talking to a shop last week, and he's watching the numbers, the analytics on his press operators, just the time and shirts per hour. It's not setup and stuff, and just the run time. And it's low. And I nailed them. Just going, my thing is, they're using the foot pedal still. It's been 5 years. Take the damn thing away. I guarantee that's it. That's a big part of it. And all that to say, it's not to shame the person, but you know what? Sometimes we get caught in a rut, and now it's harder. And you know what? Automatic presses are designed to run automatically, not by the foot pedal. That's a tool.
Right.
And you start them there, you run that dwell low, and then they can keep bumping it up, and you'll go.
Yeah.
So, and it's, you know, something it's a great shop, but and they're going, you know, I had to, you know, he was asking me, I had to almost just go, man, I'm telling you, do it.
So Ron is giving Richard Greaves a big smile today, with channeling Paul Akers on 2 Second Lean. So, thanks, Ron. Make it a good day, buddy.
Make it a good day, Ron. So Ron sent me, I sent him it's a message or text, and he was making it a good day. He sent me some incredible fall pictures from there in New England. So if you guys don't know Ron Goodwin, you're at a show at Shirt Lab. Can't do better.
Yeah, you can't.
Well, better. I'm a better man for knowing him.
Right. So Alan, what you doing this weekend?
You know, this weekend, I'm getting a haircut. I have that scheduled. It's the first weekend I feel good. We're actually, our family's getting together. It looks like Sunday, having dinner. I'm looking forward to that. I'm, you know, little things in my life.
Are you cooking?
I am not. My stepmom is. She's Polish, so it'll be good. I'm afraid to know what it is.
Yeah. What do they call those little pierogies?
Pierogies. Yeah. We have that. So like Easter at the How House, my stepmom, Kathy, it's multiple kinds of kielbasa. There's usually kishka there, which is a blood sausage. Sometimes it's pierogies. There's eggs. It's just incredible.
Yeah, great.
So when I was sick, she dropped off on the porch a big thing of stuffed cabbages. And
So I'll tell you what I'm doing tomorrow.
Do it.
Jeffrey Gittimer live Shirt Lab Forge tomorrow, 11 o'clock Eastern. I'll be there early to host the thing. So, which is 8 o'clock in the morning for me. Not a big deal because I get up at 5, but very excited about it. It's going to be a blast, and he's doing Q&A at the end, so it's going to be really cool. Hopefully, Alan, you'll tune in for that. I don't know what time
I'm going to try. Yeah.
And then I know he is going to give Ron Goodwin a shout out during his thing because he's already talked to me about it. So, Ron, I hope you're going to be there.
My haircut appointment's at 11 o'clock tomorrow. I'm also looking forward, just, being sick like I was, of getting out of the house. I'm going to, I watch church online. I'm actually going to go.
Yeah.
So just, these are the little things. And,
little things matter. We got to get back to doing stuff. And I can't wait till the day I'm comfortable enough to go sit in a restaurant, because that, for me, is just can't do it right now.
Marshall, we talked about it before, and I want to say this publicly. I was excited and almost, I don't even want to say relieved, politically, if Marshall and I differ, we've had our own private political conversation.
We're not getting into that.
Yeah, no, we're not going to get into it. And you know what? I always, and those of you know, I did have COVID. I wear a mask everywhere I go on there. I have my opinions on it, but I do it, which is part of a community. We were talking, he asked what it was. Every shop I was at had protocols. Their employees had masks. We wore them going in. And it just is. It's just the world we're in. If that's what we have to do, it's what we have to do.
Yeah.
But I was encouraged because I hear in the media that a majority of people aren't. I was all over a major city and everybody.
Yeah. Well, I just, I don't, you can't believe the talking heads. You got to make decisions. And the reason I say what I say is because where I live, and I go out, I go to we go to the grocery store, I go get my hair cut, whatever. And I still see these people have these meltdowns about wearing masks and it just, until we get to the point where I think everybody's more comfortable. And I think it's, I have to be comfortable going out. Right. And I don't feel like I am right now. Just where I live, right? And so I think sooner or later that's going to be better.
I think we're always going to have a percentage of people who are not going to look for 100% compliance. It's never going to happen.
Well, it's just I know what's here, or across the street neighbor passed away from COVID.
Sure, and I had a friend pass away.
So it's like right here, and all I know, I don't want to. This is kind of a downer way to end our show today, but I just think that I need to get comfortable with it, and my wife has to be comfortable with it. And my son, he wants to be doing stuff, and we're kind of like restricting him a little bit.
Sure.
But it'll get better, And anyway, so let's talk about something else.
I think what the positive part, Marshall, I've seen more people doing the right thing than are not.
Right.
And so I think we have to, like we said, regardless of what channel, we don't have news anymore. We have opinion pieces.
Yep.
And so, yeah.
Yeah. I think the news ended with
Walter Cronkite.
Yeah. Walter, not what's his name? Dan Rather, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. Every shop I was in, bravo.
Right.
So, yeah.
So Ron says, make it a good day. It's a good day. And then Eric says, big Ron Goodwin fan.
You know what? I think we're all like a big Eric Campbell fan too. We got to throw that out.
And I think Brian here meant good stuff, but good stuff with Ford so far. I've listened to a couple, and I've already put a couple things in motion. Congratulations, Brian.
Good job, Brian.
Shirt Lab, our motto is actions reveal priorities. So happy to see that. And then Ron says, watched half of the Forge presentation this morning before breakfast. Man, that's just so awesome. Gold.
Great.
And then Jack wants to throw it out there, Roll Tide.
That's it, you, Marshall. Jack's from Alabama. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think he lives in one of the Carolinas, but he went to Alabama. But I'm going to be watching. I can't watch Florida State because Florida State plays at the same time my Shirt Lab thing with Jeffrey's on. I'll be rooting for them. We're playing Louisville, And we beat number 5 North Carolina last week. So maybe, hopefully, my team will show up again. We're already underdogs again. So we have a lot to prove. We'll see what happens. But very interesting. We'll see what's going on. Obviously, I'm a huge college football fan. I usually watch all the games. So Jack says he lives in Virginia. There you go. I had it wrong.
All right.
And then Ruben says, thanks for everything, gentlemen. Keep up the good work. Alan, it's trout season. I think you got a fishing buddy right there.
It's steelhead, which are a big trout, are running in the rivers. It's wintertime, so that's where they run. So it's always something season in Michigan.
You should go fishing, dude.
I could. I should.
So now you're thinking about it.
Well, getting out there, everybody's hunting now. It's hunting season now.
Well, we're orange. So are you a fly fisher, man?
No, you know what?
How do you do it?
I caught my first largemouth bass on a fly rod. I wanted to. Dad had one, and when I was a kid, I was learning how to do it and was practicing in a lake up north where the cottage is still, and just learning not to slap it down. I ended up catching my first largemouth bass on a fly rod, but I've not used a fly rod at all. Everything I do is spin casting or bait casting.
Okay.
So, I have a couple friends that said, you need to learn to use a fly rod and let's go out. And so who knows, and I have, up in Western Michigan, there's a place up in Dewego called Parsley's Sports Shop, big fly fishing shop and stuff. I go in there and look all the time when I'm up there. But
hey, break the wallet out, dude. Buy some stuff.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna need people to buy more Easy Way Chemical then.
You heard it here first.
That's right. So,
all right. Hey, thank you, Alan. Appreciate you, and thanks to everyone watching, both live and also as a recording. Wow. We appreciate you a lot. Let us know if we can help with anything, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Keep moving.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.